All right, let's get right into it. We're going to talk about how AI video is completely blowing up. It used to be just a funny gimmick you'd see online, right? Well, now it's a massive, multi-million-dollar business, and China is absolutely leading the charge.
Seriously, think about it. You're scrolling through your feed and you see something totally wild, maybe even unbelievable, and that little question pops in your head. Is this for real? We're now at a point where seeing isn't always believing, and it's all because AI video is getting scary good, scary fast.
I mean, it wasn't that long ago you could spot an AI video from a mile away. You'd see weird stuff like people with 6 fingers, or their movements were all jerky and just off. But now, whoa, it's a whole different ballgame. The videos are so realistic, it's kind of nuts. And more importantly, people are starting to make some serious cash from it. So how did we get here? How do we jump from goofy, fake videos to a full-blown industry raking in millions? Well, let's follow the money and take a look at one company that's really cracking the code.
Okay, meet Kling. It's an AI platform from a Chinese tech giant called Kuaishou. You probably know their biggest rival, Douyin, which is TikTok in the rest of the world. Well, Kuaishou is making huge waves with Kling, and it's getting attention from all over the planet.
And when I say huge waves, I mean a tidal wave of cash. By the end of last year, Kling was on track to pull in $240 million a year. That is an insane amount of money for something a lot of people still think of as just a toy. It really shows that the real business isn't just in making the AI models, but in the apps that use them.
Now check this out, because this is where it gets really interesting. Yeah, a good chunk of that money comes from China, but look at that, 26%, a huge piece of the pie, comes from the USA. So this isn't just a local success story, it's a global battlefield, with companies fighting for users and dollars everywhere.
So what's their secret sauce? Well, Kling isn't just for you and me making funny memes. Their genius move was to focus on businesses. We're talking big companies, marketing agencies, and get this, they make up 70% of the revenue. They're giving these companies tools to create things like TV commercials in a tiny fraction of the usual time and cost.
But here's the thing, Kling isn't an outlier. Its success is just one piece of a much, much bigger puzzle. Let's zoom out and see how this fits into China's massive ambition to become the world's AI superpower.
See, this AI explosion didn't happen by accident, not at all. It's part of a huge long-term government plan. You can see right here, China set a goal way back in 2017 to be a world leader in AI by 2030, and they want a fully intelligent society by 2035. This national push is what's lighting a fire under all this competition. So this is really the key point. The competition isn't just about who can make the most realistic, mind-blowing video anymore. The real race now is about creating the easiest, fastest, and most efficient tool for businesses. Why? Because whichever company makes it dead simple for anyone to create a pro-level ad is going to completely change the game for the entire media industry.
Of course, when you have technology this powerful, you can't just let it run free in the wild. That's a recipe for disaster. So the government is stepping in to lay down some ground rules for how this stuff can be made and used.
The technology we keep talking about has a name, Generative AI, or GAI for short. All it means is that this is AI that doesn't just analyze stuff, it actually creates brand new things. Things like the videos we're talking about, all based on the mountains of data it learned from.
And to manage this powerful tech, China has laid out 5 main rules. They cover all the bases, from making sure AI doesn't create harmful content to stopping it from being unfair or discriminatory. A really big one is respecting intellectual property, which basically means, no, you can't just make your own videos starring Pikachu or Barbie without getting in trouble. It's all about putting up some guardrails.
Okay, so we've covered the money, the tech, and the rules. But all of this brings up some really tough questions for all of us about the online world we spend so much time in.
And this quote just nails the problem perfectly. A journalist was able to create a totally believable video of a world leader doing something they never, ever did. And it only took her a few minutes. When it's that easy to make convincing fakes, things start to get pretty scary, pretty fast. And that leads to some major dangers we all need to watch out for. You've got the obvious ones like deep fakes and misinformation. But there are sneakier risks too, like algorithmic bias, where an online shop might show you a higher price than your friend just based on what you've clicked on before. Or the information cocoon, where your feed only shows you one point of view, trapping you in a bubble.
And this is the fundamental challenge we're all going to face. As this technology just keeps getting better and better, our own eyes might not be good enough to tell the difference between what's real and what's a really clever fake.
So that leaves us with this final, massive question. As more and more of our online world, the news we see, the ads we get, the trends we follow, is built by AI, it's not enough to just watch anymore. We have to start asking a much tougher question. How are we going to decide what and who we can actually trust?